We're now hearing from some of the families involved in a call for a state criminal investigation into DHS.
At 5, we told you some House members signed off on a letter to order the OSBI to investigate DHS for claims of mishandling or, in some cases, lying about child welfare cases.
That order includes the investigation into 6 different family cases they believe were mishandled by the agency. Fox 23's Devin Lyon is live in studio and has been following this story, and he's now hearing from 2 different parents today.
Now I have here the order made by the State House's Criminal Justice Committee. Now the parents I spoke to today involved in this told me it's the first bit of hope they've gotten in years.
I'm so excited to see this. I'm so excited to see legislation work the way it should.
I think relief, exhale. We've lived in so much fear for so long. Of retaliation for standing up for our families and our kids.
Joy and relief from 2 parents whose families are part of a request for the OSBI to launch a criminal investigation into the Oklahoma Department of Human Services. We brought you coverage of Daryl Doherty and Mandy Reed, who both testified at the state capitol last week, calling for the investigation. They both claim DHS and other departments have been lying about and covering up crimes against children in Oklahoma.
When we try to protect our kids, life gets worse for our kids. So I think this is the first time in 10 years when I think about, the safety of my child, I can breathe.
Last week, Daryl showed me this mountain of papers he has collected as evidence in his child's case that he hopes to turn over to the OSBI. He says the investigation could bring back hope for a lot of families.
As a member of A Child's Worth here in Oklahoma, we work with hundreds, thousands of families that feel they have no justice, no safety net. They believe if they go to court and they tell the truth, that should help make the decision, and it doesn't. And they lose all faith. They lose all hope. And when you're talking about losing all faith and hope on behalf of your kid, your world falls apart. So we're just so grateful.
Mandy and Daryl both hope it can lead to systemic change that can better protect children and families.
I think that for Oklahoma as a whole, it's going to expose everything that everybody has been saying, that we see DHS workers running rampant, being retaliatory. We see judges take them at their word, that they are held on this highest standard, that they do no wrong. And they are really shredding and destroying families and hurting children above all.
So let's start doing the right things. So 20 years from now, we're not in the same place or worse as we are now, because we're worse off than we were 20 years ago. And I think this is a huge step in the right direction.
I think this is going to get messy, but it has to be messy before it can get better.
Now, we have received dozens of emails and messages from viewers with their own struggles with DHS, and we're working through them and forwarding some of those to the State House. Now, I'm working on speaking more with some of those families and lawmakers involved in this investigation. We'll be sure to update you on air and on the Fox 23 News app. Live in studio, covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.
The letter also includes the Tulsa County Juvenile Justice Center as a place needing investigation. DHS, though, is now under new leadership. We received a statement from the department on this investigation. It reads, quote, Oklahoma Human Services is an advocate for transparency and will fully cooperate with any investigation into the agency. You can find statements from some of the other parties involved in this story on fox23.com. On Saturday, October 5th, there's a rally at the Oklahoma State Capitol organized by the group Oklahomans for Children's Rights, calling for accountability in Oklahoma's DHS. That rally is happening at 10 a.m. You don't have to register to attend.